So welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a very short video. I'm going to talk about all the books I have bought after my last book haul. I have bought 5 books since then and I'm going to talk about those books. So the very first book is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. It's in my, one of those bucket lists to read those classics which I have always been afraid of, especially Russian literature. This year I read my first Russian classic novella by Leo Tolstoy, that was The Death of Ivan Ilyich. I really loved it, and while reading this I decided I am going to buy another book by him. This is one of the book which is going to take me a few months to read, and I am going to do this in few months. I have Crime and Punishment and War and Peace both in my TBR. I am at least going to read one book out of these two, and I don't know much about War and Peace, but I know this is based in the time where Napoleon invaded Russia. I'm going to read this without knowing much, so yeah, I'm going into this completely blind, and that is the plan. Another book which I recently bought was Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. This is one of the most divisive book of the year, and I have heard a lot of things about this one, and most of the people have really big issues with the ending of the book. These are the kind of books I really want to read. It's a perfect book club book, so I really want to have fun, and I'm not sure whether it's completely mystery thriller, or from what I can see in the Goodreads, it is tagged under a lot of genres: fiction, historical fiction, contemporary mystery thriller. So I don't know what exactly this is, but I know this is about a trad wife who goes back to 1800s. So the topic is very controversial and very divisive. Can't wait to read this one. Next is Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney. This I recently bought in one of my bookstore visits, and I really like the premise. I have read one book by Alice Feeney, which was Rock Paper Scissors. I liked that one. I have very high hopes from this one because it has been compared with the And Then There Were None, and the premise is very similar to that. This is about this family who gathers in this island, and people start getting murdered one by one. So yeah, completely my kind of book. Hope it does not disappoint me like The Guest List, which was another book I got into reading the synopsis. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint me like that. I'll be reading this very soon, and very high expectation from this one. Next is Dissection of a Murder by Joe Murray. It is described as courtroom drama come domestic thriller, and I don't know much about this apart from this, but I need to read more 2026 releases, and this is one of the book which was in my TBR from this year. I'm going to do a 2026 releases reading blog, so I'm going to read this in that blog, and really one of the book I can't wait to read very soon. Next is the only non-fiction I bought, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I bought this book because I really like the concept, and I have to read more non-fiction this year, and this is one of the book which I really want to read. As per the synopsis, it tells us in this book the Dr. Joe Dispenza combines the fields of quantum physics, neuroscience, brain chemistry, biology, and genetics to show you what is truly possible and how to recondition the body and create better health. So that is something I really want to read. This one really have good ratings, and my very dear friend recommended this to me. So yeah, I have to read this one. I started this book. I started with the introduction, but I didn't continue because these kind of books always take me some time. I am reading this right now. I'll share my thoughts once I get further into the book. So yeah, these were the 5 books I bought recently, and all of the books are those which I really want to read very soon. So I'm happy with my collection, and I tend to read more ebooks. I am really planning on tackling my physical TBR as well because I have 70 plus 100 books on my shelf which I really want to get to. So I'm very happy with my book buying decision this year. So all this I'll be discussing at the end of the year, what was my plan and how it went. Yeah, so that's it for the video, and do let me know what are your current reads. If there is any recommendation for me, I'll definitely read that one. So yeah, see you next time. Bye.